Good morning, my friends. Welcome back. It's Belinda here from Visualized NZ. Monday, Deal It Up Challenge Day. So let's get into it. I'm filming this a week and a day ahead. As the day that this goes up, I should be away on holiday with my husband to celebrate our wedding anniversary. Our wedding anniversary is in a few days' time from the date that you'll see this video. But we're having a week away to celebrate it, and just good excuse to have a holiday, isn't it? So I think I'm going to do a reveal once I've drawn the cards this time. Just not pre-planned. I just decided right then and there that that's what I was going to do. A little bit of surprise, a little bit of anticipation. So I hope you're all having a great day. I hope you've had a fantastic weekend. I expect I'll have a pretty good weekend, given that I'll be away on holiday next weekend. So yes, looking forward to it. It's been ever so long since we've had a break and been away anywhere. So just really looking forward to it. It's going to be very low key. We've got a holiday home that belongs to my husband's boss. So we're using that holiday home, and we're just going to chill out, relax, and be in a different space for a while. All good. Right, that one. So I think the last time we actually went away was also to the holiday home last year for, might have been a week or just short of a week, I think. It's been quite some time since we've been away anywhere further, because the holiday home we're going to is about an hour and 10 minutes maybe away from where we are now, so not too far to go, which is fine because we spend less time travelling and more time just being and enjoying and relaxing. So we've got people to come and look after the house and feed the kids, aka the cats, our kids. So yeah, just really hanging out for it now that it's so close. It's Sunday today as I'm recording this, and we are heading away Friday. So just a handful of days to go before we head away. And I have not prepared any videos in advance. This is the first one I'm doing in advance, so there quite possibly will be gaps. I'm going to go the bottom one on that stack. Okay, are we ready for the reveal? Let's see what we're working with today. I might do this one first. This is our faux card one. So we're doing 6 of spades. Again, it's a black suit. Why are we pulling so many black suits? Anyway, it's random. There's not much I can do about it. Right. If you don't want to do a faux playing card, then a rectangle pocket. Cool. We haven't drawn that for a while. Okay, our next prompt is upside down. Cardboard packaging. Excellent. Next one, white on white. Okay, I know that that's challenging for a number of you, but it's good to stretch, and it does produce a really nice result. And our final prompt is a bug or insect. Interesting. Okay, that's one we haven't pulled before. So as per usual, I'm going to start with my faux card. I think I will aim to do the pocket today. I'm getting goosebumps. I took my hoodie off before recording because I was on that brink between being too warm, and I took it off and it was like, oh, but now I'm cold. And I thought, no, I'll be fine. I'll start videoing and we'll be all good. And what do you know? I've got goosebumps. Every time I say goosebumps, my husband goes, no, you've got people bumps. He's funny. Right, so I've pre-chosen the stencil. So I'm now just wanting to work out what colour I would like to do the background. maybe we might go really, really subtle and use grey, because I'm thinking it's a nod towards the white on white, if you like. It's not white, but it's like black that's got white in it. Does that count? It doesn't matter. It doesn't need to tie in, but I can't get the lid off just with one hand. So let's use two hands. And maybe sponge here. And let's just stencil the background. I think I'm just going to go all over today, rather than do patches or do two different colours. Whoops. Being very rough and ready here. This is quite a robust stencil, so I'm not worried about damaging it. Some, you know, with the little fine bits that can catch and rip off and stuff, you have to be more careful with, but this one's very robust and it's not going to be a problem, so I'm just going in quite firmly. Also, it's a very pale ink, so if I don't go firmly, then I might as well not bother because it won't be visible. Yeah, so that's looking cool. Right, let's kind of work out where we want to do our next row. There will be fine. Doesn't matter if they overlap, I suppose. Right, almost there. Done. Quick as that. Okay, so we can remove those. And I need my spade. And I am actually using cardboard packaging for my base, as I always do. This is a cat food box. But I'm not going to just meet the prompt with that, because I think, you know, that would be the easy way for me in doing this challenge and presenting you with the challenge. If I took that easy way out, then I'm not setting a great example, I don't think. But if you choose to do that, then by all means go for it. Like, why not? Why wouldn't you if you want to do that? But just because I'm running the challenge and presenting you with the challenge, then I feel like I need to stretch myself and make sure I'm not being a wimp out. I'm not saying if you choose to use cardboard packaging as your base, that's a wimp out. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. In fact, if this was somebody else's challenge and I was doing it, I would probably go with cardboard packaging as the base. Totally. So feel free to do that if you would like. Right, so that's a 6. So when we did 9 a few weeks back, we did a little line under it to show which way up it goes, which isn't entirely necessary on these, but it's still a good, I think, a good little addition. So I'm just going to take a black pen here and do a little line underneath, just to show that it's a 6 and not a 9. And you do the same thing with a 9 to show that it's a 9 and not a 6. Okay, so let's grab our wee spade out here and stamp that. I'm going to go beside today. I vary the position of the suit just according to what I feel like in the moment. There's no right or wrong way. Okay, so popping those stamps aside to clean after the video. We don't need the red, so I'll pop that away, and that's the back of my card done, apart from inking. So normally I'll ink at the end, sometimes even off camera, but I'm going to go in right now and do the inking around this back side, just so it's finished on the back. And it also gives me a little bit of thinking time to think about what I might want to do on the other side to meet our prompts. I'm busy thinking about the bug or insect prompt. Thinking I've got a few likely books handy that might provide, although I think I put one of them away just before recording the video because I was looking at it earlier thinking, oh, I won't need that for this video. And I'm thinking, maybe that was a silly move. But anyway, so that's that side done. Let's flip it over and work out what we want to do on this side. So, cardboard packaging, what do I have handy? In all honesty, not a lot. I'm looking around. Because I recently cleared out my bin and put all the cardboard packaging away. There is some in a box in front of me. I'm not going to pause the camera. I'm just going to take a little walk around to the other side of my desk. If I can, and then I might grab that book while I'm there. So I'm still here. Just a wee walk. So I've grabbed the book and let's see what I've got in packaging I can use. I just grabbed something and I've grabbed this. Alright, sit down. We've got noisy floorboards, so I don't know if you could hear them creaking. Creaking? That's a fun word, isn't it? Creaking? Creaking or cracking as I was walking around. Right, so this is a box from paper plates. And it's just the thing that was sticking up, and so I grabbed it. So I think I'm just going to like cut a piece of this off, one of the flaps, if I can get in here. And let's see what we can do with that. I have got the rest of it if I need, if I decide I want. Oh, now that's an idea. Sorry, I didn't finish my sentence. I just suddenly had an idea. We could put this on as like a little pocket or a tuck on our faux card. And we might make that, rather than doing a separate rectangle pocket, why don't I do the rectangle pocket on our faux playing card? How about that for an idea? I think that's pretty cool. And just, yeah, just the randomness of things coming together. I like it. My mind is going, yeah, that's cool. Okay, so before I do that, I'm going to cover the space. And I do believe I want to use something white. It's kind of white, but it's a bit more creamy than white. I mean, it would be fine. But I've also got some diary page here. Can you see the difference in colour between those two? How this is quite creamy. So, do I want to just cover that? Kind of wish the to-do list was on this side, although we could put this on this side. Yes, that would be fine, wouldn't it? We can just switch our pocket to this side rather than that. Yeah, perfect. Okay, I want to make sure that I don't get this 2023 or June. It's just not something I want on my card, so I'm going to take that off first, just so I don't risk getting it on my card. Go in the bin, and just actually no, I'll trim the rest later. I can just put glue directly on this. So grab across my glue pages, grab my glue stick. Oh, if I can get the lid off. Here we go. and smush, smush, smush. So there you go, there's a challenge for you. Do the faux card and the rectangle pocket and put the two together. Make them as one item. I mean, you could do them 2 items, and that's normally how we'd roll. But, you know, bit of fun, bit of something different. Put a little pocket on your faux card. So, yep, I am going to get the text. Not going to get the whole border, but I'm going to get all the text. Hopefully it's kind of straight. I normally go in with tacky glue as well, but I forgot. It's not really straight, but it's not far off. So I might have to go in and add some tacky glue if it decides it doesn't want to stay put. Just because it's shiny card on the other side. So it might need something a bit stronger. We shall wait and see. If I'm not happy with the edges, the fine nozzle of the tacky glue will just fix it right up. And I can already feel it's kind of just lifting away, but it might be because the glue's not dry yet. Right, there we go. Done that. I'll just throw that aside for now. I might keep it, I might just throw it away, but for now it's at the top of my desk. So that's looking pretty good. Yeah, I'm not happy with the way it's sticking around the edges, so particularly this bit. Either I didn't get the glue stick all the way to the corner, or I didn't cover it in enough glue, or it's just the shiny surface of the card. Easy enough to fix. Lovely extra glue. It's just a ticket. And I am going to take the time to do that now, otherwise it's going to bug me, or I'll forget, and then it will get damaged when it's sitting on my shelf, which I don't want. Don't make things so that they can get wrecked sitting around. I still haven't worked out where I'm going to put them all, because this spot on my shelf where I'm putting them is really getting very tight. And I don't know that this one is even going to fit, particularly with the added layer of our pocket. And you don't have to use the cardstock, the cardboard packaging as your pocket. You can use paper and just put parts of packaging somewhere else. Lots of options, whichever way you choose to put it together. Okay, so we've got white, but we need white on white. So we still need to think about that. I'm wondering, do I want to do something on this? I think I'm going to keep that shape because I think that's fun. I do think that's fun. And I think I will glue it from the bottom of the tab part and around here. So it is a pocket rather than a tuck, because it will be glued on effectively three sides. How am I going to do it though, so that I get the glue in the right places? I think I'm going to carefully hold it in place and cut to shape and hope it turns out okay. If it doesn't move, it should be okay. I really like interesting shapes, like parts of boxes. Get some really cool shapes that are just fun to play with and give things a different look. Isn't that fun? I think that is really, really cool. I don't have white ink, but I do have white paint here. So I'm thinking, you know, rather than inking around it with white ink, if I had white ink, why don't I run around it with white paint? So just dip my finger in here and just kind of give it a fun edge there. Oops, that's probably a bit much paint. Let's take some of that off on my glue pages. I'm liking how it's kind of getting my fingerprint, you know, smushing out. I think is quite fun. This is going to need a little bit to dry, but shouldn't take too long. So maybe we'll look for our bug while this has a chance to dry. And I'm not sure whether I'm going to ink around it with my vintage photo as well. Oops, keep picking up too much paint. Hoping I don't get paint everywhere. Entirely probable that I will. Right, so that's a bit of fun. That's a thick bit there. Let's ease that out a little bit so it doesn't take forever to dry. And this bit's not quite so far out, so I'm now being quite picky, being too perfectionist. I need to stop it. Stop being perfectionist, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. And let's clean off my finger. Give it a nice firm wipe, get that paint off. It's amazing how quickly it dries on your skin. Right, a little bit of paint fragment there, and I think that wet wipe's done its dash actually. So that can go in the rubbish. It's not colourful enough to keep. Right, little sip of my tea. And let's try and just shuffle this out the way for a moment and have a look for a, no, that's not the right book, for a bug. And I do know there are bugs in this. There are three, I think 4 pages of ones that I definitely do not want, and I intend on getting my husband to remove them for me because they are not the sort of insect that I like to look at, being the 8-legged variety. So I think I've gone past them, hopefully, so I'm not going to risk running into them. So I've gone straight to the bugs, and there's some good sized bugs. This is a book I just picked up at the local book sale yesterday. So I had a look at it and I thought, no, I was already over budget, and I was like, no, I'm not going to get, or I was at my budget. This put me over my budget, but I went all around the room and came back to it, and as I walked past the table, picked it up and took it, because I thought there's a lot of images in here that I can use. So I'm just kind of having a wee flick through, seeing what I might like, and also, see these big moths and butterflies, also what will fit on my card. A lot of them overlap, which is a shame. So, you know, I won't be able to use every single bug in here or image. There's like not just bugs, there's all sorts. There's fish and snakes and birds and bats and mammals and, you know, everything. Everything. So, I hope you're enjoying getting a wee look at this. I just don't want to go too far this way, or I'm going to run into the ones that I don't want to see. I think I'll stop there. I mean, we've got enough to choose from, don't we? I'm also thinking about white on white. Like, there's no real white bugs here, but there's ones that are like black and white, or like this big one, but I think he's possibly a bit big. And then there's beautiful colour ones. So, I mean, it doesn't have to be white. I could use any colour. Then there's ones here that have got like white wings. I'm kind of wondering, I mean, I really like him, but also he's a bit tricky to cut out. Maybe this one. It's not a particularly exciting beetle. Oh, make a decision, woman. Make a decision. This one's weird. Like, that is so weird. It's beautiful colour. Purple and blue. Looks metallic-y with wings coming out under these, whatever these purple things are. Bizarre. This one's too big. Oh, it's a lantern bug. Or do we want to go colour? I'm eyeing up this one up the top here. He's kind of fun. Nothing on the back. Let's see if we can grab him. Now, he does overlap a couple, but we could lose one part of his antennae. I don't think that would be a problem, so that we still preserve this big stripy beetle. So just carefully cutting through there. And we are going to lose part of the wing of this beetle. But we can still use him in something. It just means that you've got to put something over top, like layer over a label or what have you. Okay, so the World Encyclopedia of Animals is what that book is. And even more fun is in the front, it still has the library pocket with the library card in it. I saw that this morning and I was like, yay, I get a bonus library card and pocket, authentic ones. So super fun. Right, let's try and cut this out relatively quickly. And his little legs. I don't think I'll bother going in and trying to cut out that little triangle and it's between its leg and its body. Ow, I just stabbed my little finger underneath with the point of the scissors. Not recommended. They're very sharp on the point, these scissors, because they are so fine. And that did hurt a little bit. More from surprise though, really. No blood, I don't think. No blood. It was just the shock of it. Okay, and round the antennae, which is now 2 segments rather than, or no, there's 3 there. So 3 segments instead of 4. So I'm going to cut this end one off this side as well, so they're even. But you know, you see bugs and quite often they are missing a part of a leg or a part of an antennae. You know, they get damaged, they get in fights, or they get stuck somewhere. So they do lose parts. So even if they weren't the same, it would actually be perfectly natural. I'm also not going to go in these spaces here because these are fine parts and it would just compromise the piece and be a pain when I'm trying to glue it. So, alright, so chop off that end one. We've got 3 segment antennae. Sorry, beetle. You can now fit through narrower gaps than what you could before, assuming they work like a cat's whiskers. And the length of a cat's whiskers tell it how big the gap is and whether it can fit through. If its whiskers can't fit through without bending, then the cat can't fit through. You probably all know this. Random fact. So one of the cruelest things you can do to a cat is chop its whiskers. Or one of the most unnatural things you can do to a cat is to cut its whiskers off or cut them back. Right, there's our bug. Isn't he a pretty fellow? So is my paint dry? Now do we want to put him here or over here? Oh, he's actually a bit wide. Maybe he's coming out of the pocket like that. Or do we want him just kind of angling him. Just got a little bit of the leg there sticking over, so I think if we angle him and just chop off a little bit, it won't even be noticeable. But the white in here does bug me. Sorry, bit punny, but it does bug me. So what I am thinking is I need to put something white in behind him. So another random bit of a different diary page. So if we put that in behind him, that white becomes not an issue. And fitting because it's white on white. So, but I don't, do I want one? How wide do we need it to be? It's got a dirty mark on it. Oh, we might want the lines. Do we want the lines? That could be interesting. Yep, so I think I'll tear the bottom there. And do I want this side torn? I can't decide. I want it torn. No, I think it's fine straight. But I do think I'm going to edge it with ink. You can add colour to your white on white. Absolutely you can. That's how you can distinguish between the layers. If you're using all paper, then you might want to add some colour around the edges. If you're using different textures like lace or fabric or something and paper, then those textures are going to help the layers pop from each other. But if you're using all paper, then unless you've got a design on the paper, then you might want to just add the ink to show off the layers, really. Right, so I'm just going to glue this on. I'm off screen, I apologise. Just using my glue pages, which have still got wet paint on, so I didn't want to muck around and bring it across. I think this paint seems to be all dry. Just going to pop that on there. And do I want to glue stick you? No, I don't, because I'm going to gouge my glue stick out on those legs, or I'm going to tear the legs off, or both. So tacky glue it is. I'm not going to ink around him. I don't think he needs it. He's got colour going on. And I think it would just highlight those white bits that I've left intact. So right, now to carefully angle him so we don't have to chop much of him off. Just the end of that leg. Assuming it's a he. Might not be. Might be a female. Right, so just trim off that little bit. No bug was harmed in the making of this faux card slash rectangle pocket. It has got a shape to it, like it's not totally rectangle, but it is definitely rectangle in shape, so I'm going with it. Just think maybe a label or something up there might be good, or a word. Maybe a word actually. I haven't organised these. The beautiful Lisa, hi Lisa, came up with a great idea on how to organise my words from the Spring Bounty kit from the Junk Journal Studio, which is all of this. So I thought it was a great idea, but I have not done it yet. Because there's white words in here. Well, they're black text, but white background. So I thought that would be perfect. Rejuvenating, delightful growth. Let's see what options we've got. Eggs, maybe not. Peace. chick. Well, it's not chick, so no, we won't use chick. Flourishing. Just not sure what size I want, so I'm grabbing out a few options. Chirping. Well, beetles do chirp, don't they? They make that sort of clicky, chirpy sounds depending on the beetle, so that might work. Hopeful. That's probably enough to choose from. Sorry, just taking care of my nose. In fact, I'm going to glue this on first, and then we'll decide on what word we want. So the pocket is actually only going to be as wide as this part here. So I'm going to add some extra glue here, which is just going to help adhere it to our card. Hold it down there. Give it a moment to stick. Get the glue off my fingers and another sip of my tea. All under the guise of holding that down in place. Right, so a little bit long, I think. Hopeful, that's quite good. I like the idea of chirping, so that's it. I'm going with chirping. I think that's fun. Right, so this time I haven't upended my words all over the floor, which is good. Right, I think I will give this an inky outline. Do I want to layer it up with something white underneath? Do I have, I think I've got some lace, maybe a bit of lace might do the trick. Let's grab my bowl here. Oh, there's elastic there. I didn't know there was elastic in here. There's also this kind of webbing, but no, I don't think it's quite, whoops, don't put the word in the puddle. It's thick, and we've already got, you know, enough going on in terms of thickness, whereas the lace will be pretty and not too thick. So let's take a piece of this. In my little snippet bowl. Randomly, I have the barcode from my bike helmet stuck to the top of my snippet bowl. I don't know why. It's just put there and it's stayed there, and it's been months since I bought that helmet. The strangest things. Right, let's pop some. I'm going to go with alcohol glue here for the lace. Oops, maybe straighten it up a bit. And I think I'll get glue through from the alcohol glue, but I'll just add a bit of tacky glue on this as well. I'm running short on my alcohol glue, so just kind of using a couple of different glues. I'm going to put that towards the top of the lace so we get more of this prettiness underneath. That's fun. I like that. I do like that. I'm happy. I'm happy. Right. Do I want anything down here? Like more white? Maybe I shouldn't have put the lace away. We've still got this snippet here. I do like, though, that it's got like a to-do list here that we could actually write a to-do list. So maybe I don't want to. How are we going on time? we're getting on there. I'm just wondering about whether I make something to go inside it. What is it? It is the 6 of spades, isn't it? Just wondering, in my mini cards, do I have a 6 of spades still left? Getting down on them. Do I have a 6 of spades in here? 6 of clubs? No, I don't have the 6 of spades. And they're actually probably a little bit little anyway. Okay, it was an idea. Not a good one, apparently, but it was an idea. Okay. I do have other playing cards that I could use, but just not to hand. So what I'm going to do is I am going to use a playing card when I find a 6 of spades, because I know I will have plenty around, just not right by me right now. I'm going to cover the back of a 6 of spades card, and that's just going to, with writing paper, and that's going to go in there as the little journal card. And that is my project for today. So the only thing that remains is give it a little ink around the edges. I didn't ink around here too, did I, before I glued it on? Oh well, it's not going to be glued, inked. Gosh, I can't even talk properly. It's not going to be inked around the edges, just not around this edge. I could do it if I really wanted to, but I think it's fine. And it plays with the white on white, so I think it's all good. We'll just do the outside here and we're done. Here we go. So let's review the Deal It Up challenge. I think this is number 69, I believe. Incredible. So we have 6 of spades. Voila. We have a rectangle pocket on the side here. How fun is that? Awesome. We have cardboard packaging, which is our pocket here, and a bit of cat furs attached to itself. We'll get rid of that. We have white on white, so we've got white here, we've got white here, we've got white, white, and white paint. I'm calling that good. And then we have our bug or insect with our beautiful fine beetle on the top there. Done and done. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the challenge. I hope you give it a go. Make a faux card, make a rectangle pocket, do both, or do both in the one item. So lots of options today. Make it however you would like, and if you do make it, I would love to see what you do. You can tag Deal It Up Challenge on Instagram. You can fire it into the Facebook group Visual Vibes so I can see it there. You can email it to me, or you can pop it on the community tab. I think I'd like someone to test that out actually and see whether that works, because I'm trying to put them in the community tab as well. If it's not going to work, then I'll stop doing it, but I've only done it once so far, and I don't know if I don't think anybody's used it, or whether even it works. Anyway, that was a whole mouthful of garbage. So all that to say, I'd love to see what you make. Have fun with it, guys. Take care while I'm soaking in the hot balls and, you know, just relaxing, kicking back. Hopefully I've brought you enough videos to keep you occupied. Have a great week, friends, and I'll be back again soon. Bye.